Math is the best. Math is life. Mr. Ang, the best teacher in the West. We're so blessed.
Hey guys, let's go over version A of quiz number 4 taken on September 12th, 2025. Match the function with the following graph by putting one letter in the blank. Okay, so I noticed a lot of students were probably doing something like this. Find the axis of symmetry and then try to get 5 points. And that's not wrong, and then you'll get this and then it'll give you a shape. You could also pick points and put them in there to make it true. For example, this would be -2 and that would be -4. So if I put it in there, it should be true. So I'm just trying to show you guys another way. So my y value is -4, so we're tying that into something we learned earlier about statements that are true. I have -4 equals 4 times -5 is -20 plus 4 plus 21. That gives us 1, and 1 plus 4 is 5. So that'd be -4 equals 5, which would be false. Okay, so let's try this one. That one looks like to be 0 and say 21. So I put in 21, I get -5 times 0 squared minus 0 minus 21. So that becomes 0. 0 times -5 is 0. 0, 0, 0 is that should be a plus 21. So 21 equals 21. So the answer is B. Now the fastest way you could have just known this is just put your finger on the A value. Remember, the A value, that would be a -1. So it does, frown. But then the biggest thing you need to know is just that the C value, we talked about this. The C value is your y-intercept. And that would be the case on this one. 21 is way up there on that one. Okay. Number 2, look at the question f of x in question 1. Determine the average rate of change for the given interval -2, 1. So this week we learned x1, x2. And then if you bring that equation down from question number 1, I'm just going to copy that. So 1, I'm going to evaluate separately. So I'm going to write this twice. Okay, so let's do this one here. Put that one in there. So that'll be -2. So that'll become 4, and then 4 times that'd be -20. That becomes positive, plus 21. So that just becomes 1, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So I have -2. 3 is my first one. Okay, let's go ahead and do the next one. Put it in there. So I'll put in 1. So that become 1. 1 times -5 is -5. The opposite of 1 is -1, and then plus 2. Remember, a lot of you guys are getting stuck on the negative, so you can put a 1 there, and that'll be -1. So -6 plus 2 is -4. Okay, then I'm just going to take it and now find my formula. Earlier this week we learned that you can switch these around. So this is my x1 value, y1, this is x2, y2. So I have -4. Then my y1 value is 3. x2 value is 1. and then -2. So that'll become -7 over 3. So -7/3, that would be D, that would be above. Okay, remember you're only using the numbers 1, 2, and 3 in each row, in each column, and then these two numbers will add up to be 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that. The only two numbers that add up to 4 are 3 and 1. I'm going to put a 2 here. So 2 plus something equals 3, so that would be a 1. And then I'm missing the numbers 3. Okay, for 8, I guess I can do 4 and 3 and 1, but remember I'm only using numbers 1, 2, and 3, so this is okay to repeat. Numbers in cages may repeat. So numbers 1, 2, and 3, missing 1, missing a 2. Those add up to be 3, and I have all the numbers 1, 2, and 3, and then repeating. Self-reflection you should be doing at the end, and then just checking off. Let's go to the back side. Considering the following quadratic. Okay, I'm going to write standard form below it. And then I'm just going to find my A, B's, and C's. B is 8. C is -8. And then I'm just going to put it into my AOS, and then that value is going to go right in the middle. So my B value is 8. 2 times my A value, which is -2. So this one's going to become -4. And then this will become -2. And then the opposite of -2, or -1 times -2, is +2. Sorry, the equal sign. So that's going to come over here. And then 2 is positive. 1, 2. Take out there. Okay, this can help you. I need 2 numbers to the right, which would be 3 and 4. And then 2 numbers to the left, which would be 1 and 0. You should show me how to find one of these values by hand. I'll just show you the vertex. I'm just going to put in 2 in there. I'm going to put 2 into this equation, so let's go ahead and do that. Just recopying it. And doing so will find me the y value. So y equals -2 times 2 squared plus 8 times 2 minus 8. Order of operations, so that's 4. 4 times -2 is -8. This is 16 minus 8. So -16, +16, so your y value is 0. So my order pair would be 2, 0. Let's double check that. So I'm going to go to mode. And number 3, -2 alpha right parentheses squared plus 8 right parentheses minus 8. Now I'm going to start at the number 0, 4, and then stepping by 1. So I can just copy the numbers, -8, -2, -2, and -8. So let's graph those. Zero, -8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right 1, down 2. Right 2 and stay. Right 3, down 2. And then right 4, down 8. So there's my graph. Okay. And then for domain and range, domain is going left to right, and it is your x value. So I'm going to go to the x-axis, and all I'm concerned is if the graph is there. So this arrow tells me that the graph is over here on the left, so that is good. My graph is good over here on the right side. You're always using parentheses. The range, you're going to go from the bottom to top. So we're going to move our pen down here onto the y-axis, or the f of x. So these are negative numbers and these are positive numbers. So I'm starting down here from negative numbers, and then I stop there on the y-axis here in my graph. That's a y value of 0, and that'll be a bracket. Okay, hope that was helpful. See you guys.
Finding yourself bored and numb? Well, no worries, cause now you can get the all-new Ink Pods. So now you can listen to math on the go or on the road. So why stall? Get the all-new Ink Pods today.